back to our IELTS and TOEFL online review series. I'm Diane, and today, for Level 11 Unit 2, we will analyze topics that are crucial for your IELTS and TOEFL exam preparation. Today, we'll discuss lumber and agriculture in South America, focusing on its economic significance and environmental implications. We'll break down the article, highlight key vocabulary, and provide tips for your writing task. But again, just a reminder, please check out our YouTube video first in our YouTube channel before our review. And I hope that everyone has had a chance to watch it. But for those who haven't, the link is provided below. So we will be sharing also that in our social media pages for you to check it out. So let's get started. First, the article tells us that South America is home to one largest rainforest in the world, the Amazon rainforest. And this area plays a crucial role in the economy of several countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela. The Amazon's natural resources provide timber for logging and land for agriculture, especially for crops like rice, soybeans, and coffee, and for livestock, with beef being a major product. However, the article also warns that the growth of logging and agriculture has led to massive environmental degradation. This reliance has caused significant environmental challenges, particularly in the Amazon rainforests. This is done through harmful practices. So, let's explore more the main points of this article. First one is the historical context. South America was a focal point for European colonialism due to its rich natural resources, which are still exploited today. Second point is economic dependence. So this means that the continent's economy relies heavily on agriculture and lumber, with countries like Brazil, Colombia, and Venezuela relying on the Amazon River's watershed for their agricultural output. And third point, environmental concerns. Intensive agriculture and logging practices leads to deforestation, particularly in the Amazon rainforest. That is impacting biodiversity and contributing to environmental degradation. And the reason? That leads us to the fourth point. Unsustainable practices. This article highlights poor forestry practices, such as a slash and burn, clearing, and a lack of reforestation, which exacerbate environmental issues and threaten future economic viability. So, that's the gist of the article. I hope everything is clear for everyone. So moving forward, let's go through some keywords and phrases that will help you better understand the article. I think we got 3 words or 3 key phrases in here. 6 words and phrases. So, first one, exploited. To exploit means to use something unfairly for personal gain. In the article, this refers to how European settlers took advantage of South America's natural resources without considering long-term consequences. That is exploited. Second word, watershed. A watershed is an area of land that drains into a river or other body of water. So, the Amazon watershed plays a crucial role in the economy of the countries in the region. And the key phrase that we've heard a while ago, slash and burn. So, what is a slash and burn? That is a method of farming where trees are cut down and burned to create space for agriculture. Oh, this method is harmful because it destroys forests and leads to pollution. So, what can we do? That leads to another keyword, reforestation. The process of replanting trees in deforested areas. That is what we call reforestation. So, unfortunately, many South American loggers do not replant, which prevents the forest from regenerating for many years. Well, effective logging practices should include reforestation to maintain ecological balance. I think that's very important, right? All right, let's go to the last word. Second to the last word. Expurgating. Expurgating. To expurgate means to clear or remove something. To expurgate. In the article, it refers to the act of clearing trees for agricultural land. So they are expurgating the land, clearing it out from trees. All right, and the last phrase, irreparable harm. When we say irreparable, what does it mean? It means something that cannot be fixed or cannot be restored. The article highlights how poor logging practices cause irreparable harm to the environment, particularly the rainforest. I hope you'll get to remember the words and the phrases that we have just discussed. So that's very important, in expanding your writing, your essays, or your answers. So good luck. Now that we've covered some key terms, let's talk about how this topic relates to your IELTS TOEFL writing task. As you know, in both exams, you'll be asked to write an essay or a specific topic. One common theme is a balance between economic development and environmental protection. It always goes side by side. This article is a great example of how you can approach such topic. So, let me give you some writing points and samples. Okay? Of course, there are 3 parts. One is to structure your argument. Again, start with a clear thesis statement. Support your thesis with relevant examples and evidences. I'll give you a sample thesis, and let's read that together. Sample. The reliance on agriculture and logging in South America, while economically beneficial, poses severe threats to the environment and long-term sustainability. Right? And you can expand that more. The second part of the writing is to use clear examples. You should draw on statistics, studies, or case studies from the article. Example: according to the article, extensive logging practices leads to significant deforestation, particularly in the Amazon rainforest, which is vital for biodiversity. Okay, and that leads us to the third part of our essay. Conclude effectively. Summarize your key points and propose solutions. Again, I'm going to give you a conclusion sample and let's read this together. Sample: to ensure a sustainable future, South American countries must adopt responsible agricultural and forestry practices that prioritize environmental health. That's one way to conclude it. I hope, again, the writing tips has helped you and that you would be able to practice that to improve your writing or your essay. We're not yet done. Before we finish, let's review 3 questions based on the article. I'll ask, and you may pause the video while you gather your thoughts and have your answer. Once you're ready, you may continue, and then we'll provide answers. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, question 1. What are the main natural resources driving South America's economy? Answer: the main natural resources driving South America's economy are timber, wood from trees, and agriculture, including crops like rice, soybeans, and coffee, as well as livestock, especially beef. That's an easy one, right? Let's get ready for question number 2. What environmental issue is caused by logging and farming in South America? Answer: the environmental issue caused by logging and farming in South America is deforestation, which leads to the destruction of the Amazon rainforest and other natural habitats. Question number 3. What is the slash and burn technique? Answer: the slash and burn technique is a farming method where trees are cut down and burned to create space for farming. This practice harms the environment by destroying forests and causing pollution. I hope you get all those 3 correctly, because those are easy questions. You agree? Okay, that's all for today's online review. I hope this discussion about lumber and agriculture in South America helps you with your IELTS and TOEFL preparations. Remember to focus on understanding both economic and environmental aspect of a topic when writing your essays. Thanks for joining us today. Keep practicing the skills as you prepare for your exam. Don't forget to subscribe and for more tips and insights. Keep learning and striving for success, and I'll see you in the next episode.